Hi guys, it's Piper from Woodland Wanderings, and I'm here to share with you my latest altered art project. I've been on such a kick lately to try to come up with creative storage solutions for some of my art supplies, and so these last couple of projects have really just been for me, primarily using items that I've had in my scrap room and just various things that I have laying around, basically, in the hopes of creating something to keep my ever-growing collection of art supplies. This was a find. I found it at Tuesday morning, the store Tuesday morning, and they had this little box in the clearance area. And it was just completely plain little wooden box. It's actually called a pinch box, or a pinch tray. It's called a pinch tray. And I think the intention is that you use it for cooking, because these little cubbies in here you can put various herbs and spices in. But I just thought it would be so cute to alter and use for art supplies. So I didn't want to make this a really lengthy video, and I didn't actually show it as it was being made, but I just want to stress that it was a plain box. It's a really solid little box, and basically what I used to embellish it was nothing more than papers I had in my stash. And I always start, lately anyhow, I've been starting with a layer of pattern paper. So old pattern paper that you crinkle up, and I lay it down with Mod Podge. Before I did any of that though, I did do a light sanding of the box using a fine grain sandpaper. And then pretty much it's just layer after layer of pattern paper, decorative papers from my stash, paints, sprays. I did some of the caulk that I explained about in another video. I used that. One of the things that I used that was really fun, I used this little roller. I got this at that wonderful Michael's sale that's been going on for ages. I got this at 40% off. There was 2 in a pack, and I used this one. It has like little flower pattern, and that was a lot of fun. I didn't even I did it by hand. I didn't have a roller to put it in, so I just used my hands to do it, and it gave it lots of texture, and it was just really fun to use. I plan on using it in my art journal next. I also used a lot of stamps, and I don't know if you can tell, but the top of the box is actually one of my favorite stamps. Is just writing, and I stamped that on the top, and then I used some of my caulk and gesso, lots of gesso. As you can see, lots of texture, which I really like. And I used my Tim Holtz Distress inks, and the 2 colors that I used for the sprays are Clam Bake Beige and what's this other one called? It's Coral, Cape Cod Coral from Lindy's. So these are great. I've been using these in a lot of projects lately. The Clam Bake Beige I use all the time. I really like that one. Kind of gives it a vintage look. And one of the other great things that I got at that killer Michael's sale, I keep on going back because it seems like there's still stuff that's marked down 40–50% off, and it's just unbelievable. It's like, I don't think I've ever seen such a great sale at Michael's before, but I got this great big bottle of the Recollections flowers, and I love these. They're just small little flowers. They have texture to them, and they're in neutral tones, like just light browns, and a couple of them have sparkles, but they're basically pretty plain. And they worked out pretty well for this project because I got to use them on the little lids and throughout the texturizing of the size of the box. I used it there, and so that was another great Michael's deal. And for a lot of the inking that I did and the distressing, I used my Tim Holtz Victorian Velvet. And there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's various little metal pieces throughout glued on. And this one is actually just an embellishment from a really old piece of furniture that I had saved, and I used 2 of them on this project. And then I put some of the caulk on top of it when I was using the decals. And then these little flowers are just the rubber roller that I showed you. It does really cute. I haven't tried the polka dots yet, but I'm sure that that's going to be just as fun. And then I just used, you know, various metal pieces, a little keyhole again, some keys, and I've really been loving these little paper clips, these Melody Ross paper clips. They're really great to put on a project, and you can just tuck a little piece of paper or a note or whatever you want in there, and it's just real cute. I love these paper clips. I wanted to keep it short, but now I have a little cubby hole to put my little light bulbs. I love these little tiny light bulbs, and I've been collecting them, and there's actually quite a lot of room in these cubbies to store them. So I've got some light bulbs in there now, and more of those cute little Melody Ross paper clips, and some other paper clips that I have colored myself with alcohol inks. And what else am I storing in here? Just various little bits of metal, washers, and drawer pulls and things like that. And this one's just got little nuts and bolts in it. So, you know, just perfect to grab when you're working on a project. It's really convenient size to have sitting out. And lots of nice little deep cubby holes to fill with all of your fun art supplies and stuff that you find laying around. I'm always finding these little rusty washers, and I love them. So they'll be fun to use on a mixed media piece soon, which I will share. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a little while since I did a video, but I just wanted to show you this fun little project that I made, and I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!